The following program contains frequent coarse language.
Twelve-year-old Brandon plays alone, accompanied by the drone of traffic on the highway. He can't invite his mates home because he doesn't have one. With his parents and his 3-year-old sister, Shalia, he's been living in a motel for 5 weeks. Despite the claustrophobic conditions, David and Tony do their best to cook proper meals.
It's no room, no nothing, it's so confined.
Families like this are the new face of homelessness.
We've really got to get a house because it's just too much stress. Not just for me, but for the whole family.
When Kevin Rudd came to office, he made the homeless one of his first priorities in government. Billions of dollars may be in the pipeline, but we found people leading lives of near desperation in crisis accommodation.
It's everything coming down on top of us. Like, we don't have the house, the kids are struggling, the car's just about dead.
Tonight, we follow several families in Sydney's outer western suburbs as they struggle for the first time with the privations of homelessness and the rules of the overburdened welfare system. It's the story of ordinary people when their luck runs out and they enter the netherworld of homelessness, where dignity and sympathy are rare commodities.
On the news last night, we sat there and watched homeless people. Mate, they make more than any person in the world.
So no sympathy for the homeless?
No, no sympathy.
So what happens to the jobless and evicted families, unable to get a toehold in the pitiless rental market and struggling to hold on to their few belongings? Tonight on Four Corners, the Last Chance Motel.
Really positive.
Tony and David Sabjan have never been homeless before. Now they wash, cook, sleep and eat in one room.
How many loads do you reckon we need to do?
The New South Wales Department of Housing pays the bill. $900 a week to the motel for every week they're here.
This is actually the 4th week.
Oh, it is too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is the 4th week. It's the end of the 4th week, yeah.
This form of assistance for the homeless is called temporary accommodation. When the system started in the 1980s, it was intended to help people out for just a few days. But now there are so few affordable rental properties and so little public housing, families are spending longer and longer in motels like this.
So, what's the time now? I've got to ring the real estate because they only sent one application. So hopefully they can find the other copy that they've lost. And, Hello.
There are other homeless families in the motel, all competing for the same rental properties.
But there's just nothing. I was shocked, sure shocked.
20 people are applying for one house that I would not normally apply for. And the same people are in the same situation. It's ridiculous. It's a real mess.
David and Tony's trouble started when the rental home they were living in was sold.
Actually, that day we had to go down to Department of Housing and say we've moved out of our home, we're actually homeless at the moment. We sort of didn't know the process at the time, but they told us that, the only place is at Katoomba, so we basically had our bare essentials, clothes and things, and packed in the car and drove up to Katoomba.
They spent 2 weeks 50 kilometres away in a motel in Katoomba before being moved to Windsor. David is surrounded by the paperwork from more than 20 houses they've inspected since then.
There's a lack of rental properties, I think, and the people obviously on a better income and things like that will get priority, which I understand landlords want to, have someone reliable that's going to have an income to be able to pay the rent.
Hi, it's Tony here. I met you yesterday.
Their situation is made worse by being unemployed. They're both at TAFE, studying for new jobs.
Looks like we probably won't find out until Monday or Tuesday. No, we'll have to go to the Department of Housing and get it and extend it for another week.
Another week in this place.
Bernice and Ashley Lightbody are viewing their 40th house.
We just want to look and hopefully put the application in, and we're not looking at the mess, it's the house.
They have 3 children and Bernice is pregnant.
I could be happy here. It's big enough, it's plenty.
They've been homeless, living in motels for over 4 months.
Try not to look at all the bad points.
Do you think because you're desperate that there's a danger that you end up looking at or taking a house that's just not good enough?
That's what happened the last time.
The Lightbodies became homeless when the rental house they were living in was condemned.
So they've got 3 big main rooms and could have Bubba in there.
The agent has other families inspecting this property today. Ashley and Bernice's chances of getting the house are slim, but the Department of Housing requires them to keep up a constant search. How many do you have to put in each week?
They try to get you to put in 6, minimum of 6. So
you've got to try and get as many as you can.
Everything, and it just depends what you get approved for.
The children make straight for the backyard.
The kids, I can't expect them to keep going much more.
What do you reckon, Dale?
How do you feel? Do you like it? What do you reckon? You want to move in here? Yeah? You'd like a house, wouldn't you? You tell the lady it's been hard. You tell her what you want, hey? That's all you got to do. This isn't our normal Dale. He's normally happy, excited, but they're the same. They look at the houses and they get all excited, and then to hear, no, we're not moving in, it's very hard for them. What do you think of the place, Mike?
Good.
Good? It's got the thumbs up.
8-year-old Michael has a learning disorder and depends